Hello, everyone. It is Monday, 30th of January, and today we're going to work on some leg strengthening exercises. If at any point during the class you feel like it's too much and you get tired in your thighs and your hamstrings, your quadriceps and hamstrings, of course you back off the exercises, take a break, maybe stretch out a bit, and then start again, okay? Because it might be a bit strong. I practiced it last week at the end of the week, and boy, was it strong. So let's get started. Come starting at the front edge of your mat. We're going to start standing today. So with your feet at hip width, toes open, and once again, when we work the body, we want to get our base, our fundamental base of the body in a proper position. So with the feet hip width, if you look from the front, my feet are about hip width, okay? The toes are open, and the feet are pressing down, especially the big toes pressing down into the earth. And I do a gentle dialing out until I feel like the legs are contracted and there's a little engagement of the outer glute, okay? This is the side glute, gluteus medius. Lift your ribs, open your shoulders, and lift your head. Let's just stretch the arms by our sides for the moment. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. See if you can get the breath into the lower ribs. So as you breathe in, it's like a solar disc around the lower ribs, expanding forward, side, and back. And breathe out, releasing. And maybe with these breaths, you might already feel the heart rate rising a little bit because you take all the oxygen into the base of your lungs. This is where the most cells of the lungs capture oxygen because it's wide at the base of the lungs. 2 more deep breaths. Feel how your body is in a ready position. 1 more deep breath in. Excellent. Open your eyes. Bring your hands into a soft prayer and clasp the fingers together. Push the palms skyward, lengthening out the body. Feel like the side body's lengthening. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Lean to your right. Keep your feet planted. Keep everything in a slight dive out. Rise back up and breathe out. Go to your left. Breathing in, rise back up. Breathing out to the right. Keep going with this. I'm just going to mute the new people who have come in. Good. Breathe out to the left. Keep going side to side. That's it. 1 more time to the right. Take your time. Good. And 1 more time to the left. Very nice. Coming back up to center. Lower your arms and clasp your hands softly behind you. Keep the knees soft. Stretch your arms as straight as possible, lifting the chest, lift your chin, and feel like there's a stretch through the front of the throat. Relax the jaw. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. And softly bring your hands to your thighs, just above the knees. So you're leaning nicely forward. Open your shoulders, curl your spine now. Get into a good arch, pushing the glutes up to the sky. Lift your chin, and then breathe out and round. Tuck your tailbone under, pull the belly in, tuck the chin. And we go again. Breathing in, we curve, look skyward, and breathing out, rounding, pull the belly button in, tuck the chin down. 3 more times. Really warm up your spine. Take the time with the breath. And you may want to feel like it's your breath that's moving you. And your spine is just being pushed in the 2 directions with the strength of the breath moving in and out of the body. 1 more time. Breathing in, curling, and we'll breathe out. We round, we come back up to standing. And refine that perfect posture. Strong legs, rooting down, open shoulders, arms stretched. Hands to heart center. Okay, we'll get moving now. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms and stretch skyward. As you fold, your elbows come to your knees, your hips go way, way, way back like you're sitting in a chair. Remember, the knees point slightly outwards towards the baby toes, hips are way back, and knees do not come forward of the toes. They bend backwards. Hands come down, step your right leg back, then the left. Lower the knees, looking forward, lower the chest softly to the earth. Point your toes, lengthening your legs, rise to a small cobra. Rise up onto your knees only now, coming up. Keep your hands forward of your shoulders. Bring your knees together to touch. And raise your right knee to the right elbow. Lift it up, curl it around 3 times. 2 and 1. Bring the knee back down, open your knees, tucking your toes, rise to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet right and left. So we're just getting into mobilizing all of the joints, all of the muscles, tendons, and ligaments, getting into movement. Raise your right leg, swing the foot forward as far as possible, and step the rest of your way forward. Feet hip width, knees bend low, hands to thighs, coming up to a chair position. Help your back up with your hands on your thighs. Remember, your knees pointing more towards your baby toes. Toes are open, and the knees do not bend forward, they bend backwards. Swing your arms back, swing them forward and up, and come up to standing. Let's do all that again. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Fold, elbows to knees, hips go way back. Hands come down, step your left foot back first, then the right. Plank position. Lower your knees softly, lower the chest. Point your toes, lengthening out, rise to a cobra. Bring your chest back down, push up onto your hands and knees. Okay, hands stay out in front of you, bring your knees together. Raise your left knee this time, knee to elbow, swing it around in a circle. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it back down, open the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, pedaling your feet. Then raise your left leg, swing it forward as far as possible, stepping the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, lift to a chair. Arms by the ears, rise up. Swing them back, back up again, and to stand. Excellent. We do all of that again. Hands to heart center, a little bit faster now. Deep breath in, folding forward, stepping back to plank. Lower the knees, lower yourself down. Pointing your toes, rise to cobra. Up onto the hands and knees. Circle with the right knee to the elbow and around. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, pedal the feet. Right leg lifts, swing it forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Knees bend low, hands to thighs, lift. Raise your arms up first, swing them back. Back up again by the ears, and up to standing. Woo! Hands to heart center, good, keep going, deep breath in. Folding forward. Stepping back to a plank. Lower your knees softly, lower the chest. Pointing your toes, rise to cobra. Up onto the hands and knees. Left knee circles. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes, rise to down dog. Left leg lifts, bring it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward, hands to thighs, lift the chest, raise the arms by the ears, swing them back, up by the ears again, up to standing. One more round each side, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Holding, whoo. Stepping back to your plank. Good, lower your knees. Excellent, moving all the way down. Fantastic, everyone. Good, cobra, push up onto the hands and knees. Going again, right knee circle, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Good, bring the leg back and tuck the toes under, coming up into down dog, pedal your feet. Excellent, stepping forward. Very good. Into the chair, watch your knees, going more towards the baby toe. Swing the arms up, back, behind you. Good, up again. Excellent, and up to standing. Excellent, last round of this set of postures. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding forward. Good. All right, stepping back to your plank. Looking good, everyone. Lowering the knees softly, move yourself down. Point your toes, rising up to cobra. Pushing back onto the hands and knees. Good, Helen, good. Left knee, circling it around. 3, yes. 2, excellent, Claire. 1, good. Coming up into down dog, pedal your feet. That's beautiful, Finola. You can choose down dog or crouching cat, as you wish, everyone. Raise your left leg, swing it forward as far as possible, stepping the rest of the way forward, coming up into chair. Raise the arms by the ears, swing them back, back up by the ears, and come on up to standing. Right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Take 3 deep breaths, just recovering for a moment. Breathe however you feel you need to. One more deep, deep breath. Feel what you feel. All right, hands to heart center. Sink down into a chair position, everyone. Be sure that your knees are cracking out more towards your baby toes and that they don't bend forward over your toes. Bend back. Raise your right knee up. Set your gaze out in front of you and hold. 3. Be sure that the left knee keeps tracking out to your baby toe. 2, 1. Send the right leg back. Keep your left knee bent. Send it back into an airplane position and hold. 3, 2, 1. Set the toes of the right leg back behind you into a lunge type position. Hands will be at your heart center. And as you sink down, raise the arms over the shoulders. Rise back up. 3. Again. 2. Here's the last one. 1. Bring your hands down to either side of your left leg. Send your right foot farther back, then the left. Lower the knees down. Take 1 push-up. We are still in the warm-up, everyone. Move down. Point your toes, lengthening out. Rise to cobra. Now push back into downward dog or crouching cat. Whichever one you wish. Raise your right leg now and push it skyward. 3, like you're pushing the ceiling. 2, 1. Swing the foot in between your hands so you're in a long lunge now. Turn your left foot to bring the heel down. Right hand to the thigh. Reach your left arm up and around into a warrior 2. So you're getting a stretch down the front of the left thigh. Hips can be slightly back to protect the low back. Turn your right palm up. Reverse your warrior. Good. And move back down again to a plank position. Bring your knees down. 1 push up. Nice strong warm up, everyone. Move all the way down. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. Take your down dog or crouching cat. And and begin stepping your legs forward slowly, 1 foot at a time. It's called the inchworm, coming forward till you get into the chair position. Arms up by the ears, swing them back up by the ears, and then all the way up to standing. Ah, good. Hands to heart center, coming into chair. Raise your left leg, set your gaze off at the horizon. Hold. You keep your right knee pointing out towards the baby toe. 3, 2, 1. Send the left leg behind you and into an airplane position. Keep the right knee bent, holding 3, 2, 1. Set the left foot down behind you. You're in a shortened lunge position. Both knees bend. And you sink down lower, raise your arms. 3, coming back up, hands to heart center. 2, good. 1 more. 1, excellent. Bring the hands down, step your left leg back, right leg goes back, knees come down, 1 push up, let's go. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra, down dog or crouching cat. Left leg lifts this time. Press it. 3, 2, 1. Swing the left foot between your hands. Scoot it forward if you need to. Send your right heel in so you're in a warrior 2 position. Left hand goes to the thigh. Raise your right arm and take the warrior 2. Hips are moving back a little bit. Right leg is straight. Keep breathing deeply and reverse your warrior. Go back. And moving back down to a plank position. Nice and strong, everyone. Lower the knees. 1 push up. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. And begin inchworming forward. This warms up the backs of the legs. Getting into your chair position, hands to thighs, lifting, swing your arms back, and up to your ears, and then up to standing. Whew, we're gonna run through that whole thing 2 times again. Hands to your heart center, keep breathing. If you need to slow down, you may. Deep breath in, let's rise. Whoops, sorry. Hands to heart center again, my fault. Bend your knees, hips go back. Right leg lifts. Set your gaze. 3, 2, 1. Send the leg back. Airplane, keeping that leg bent. Keep it strong. 3, 2, 1. Set the toes down. Coming into the lunge position. Arms go up as you sink. 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. Step both feet back till you're in a plank position. Lower the knees. 1 push up. All the way down then. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra. Down dog. Or crouching cat. Right leg goes back up and you press the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Right foot comes between the hands. Spin your left heel in. Set the right hand to the thigh, rise, and set your warrior 2. Reverse it, moving back down to your plank position. Woo. Knees come down, 1 push up, all the way down. Cobra, down dog or crouching cat. Here comes the inchworm. Inch it forward, 1 foot at a time. Coming forward till you get to chair. Swing your arms back and up, and then up to standing. All right, everyone, this is the last round. Make it count. Hands to your heart center. Bend your knees. Hips go back. Raise your left leg. Set your gaze out in front of you and hold. Strengthen that right thigh. 3, 2, 1. Send the leg behind you into an airplane. Right knee stays bent. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Toes come down. Here we go for the lunges. Arms up over the head. 3. Good. 2. Stick with it. 1. Bring your hands down, stepping both feet back into the plank position. Knees come down. 1 push-up. All the way down. Cobra position. Down dog. Left leg lifts, press the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Kick it forward. Spin your right heel down. Left hand to the thigh. Rise to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Moving back down to plank. Here we go for our last push-up of the class. Lower the knees. Push up. All the way down. Pointing your toes, lengthen, rise to cobra. Push back, down dog or crouching cat. And slowly stepping the feet forward, inchworm. So you get to the front edge. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Lift the chest. Swing the arms back and up. And all the way up to standing. Right hand on the chest, left hand on the belly. 3 deep breaths. Calm your heart rate down. Feeling good. Nice deep breaths. Whew, I got up to 130 heart rate. Well done. 1 more. Okay. Hands come to your hips. Feet stay hip width. Sink your hips back. Get your elbows together and you can clasp your hands together. Bring your elbows between your knees. Keep your knees apart by pushing gently with the elbows, and you'll squeeze against the elbows and you'll sink here. So it's like a shoes position in skiing. Hips are back, pull the chest forward, looking forward. Be sure the knees stay behind the toes, big toes are down, and at the same time, see if you can almost dial out with the feet. A little bit of dialing out, that's great. Hips lower than the heart, everyone. That's it, good, 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 good. Hold and breathe. Yes, doing great. This is super strengthening for your quadriceps. Holding. Good. From here, hands to thighs, rise up to stand. Grab your right foot with the right hand. If you need support, you can touch the wall, or you grab it with both hands. Lift your chest, lift your heart, and see if you can lift just the knee behind you without pushing into the hands. Just lift the knee, bending the elbows. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Release it down, opening the eyes. Change sides. Grab a hold of your left foot or ankle. Your right hand can be against a wall, or you can reach around behind you and grab with both hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. Lift the knee up behind you. Lift it up without letting the heel come off the backside. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, close your eyes. Keep breathing. Focus your attention on sensation. Open your eyes and release. Ah, good job. Step one leg back so you face your device and your feet are the length of your mat. So you're widening out your feet. They're not going to be as wide as your mat, of course, but there's at least 1 meter between your legs. Toes point out, heels point in a little bit. Here's the challenge. As you bend your knees, they need to come more towards the baby toes. What happens is there's a major stretch on the inner thighs, and you want that, okay? That big stretch. Bring your arms out to the sides, lift the chest, wiggle away the waist, really pull your belly in. Now from the side, be sure that your hips are not tucked under, not like this. Hips go back as an open squat. And you're raising your glutes up behind you. Set your gaze. I know you've already been holding it. Just hold for 3 more breaths. Open the knees nicely. 2. That's good. 1. Rise back up. Hands to hips. Bring your feet parallel. Lean back a little bit just to stretch out the front of the hip a little bit. And then lean forward. Bring your hands down to the floor. If you can't get them on the floor, bend your knees a little bit. Or you could use a block and set your hands on the block. And get your hands all the way on the floor. See if you can straighten your legs a bit more and let your chest lower down. Deep breathing here. Okay. Lifting back up. Bend your right knee, letting the hips go back. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, and you'll hold from the side. From the side, you'll see it's like the squat. The hips go back. Inner thighs stretching very strongly, and that knee is going towards the baby toe. Not far forward, and keep the heel rooted. Keep it rooted into the mat. Holding. 3, 2, almost there. 1, okay. Turn your right foot to the right. Turn your left foot as well to your right. Hands come up on the front thigh. Lift your chest. There's a slight bend in your back leg. Lifting the chest up. Raise your arms in front of you and clasp the fingers. Elbows come towards each other. And twist to your left, holding with the strength of your left leg, sinking down. Turn the upper body. We're getting some work in the core as well. 3, turn the head as well. 2, feel that side working. 1, hands come to the floor, and you'll raise your left leg up as high as possible. Bring it up. Now we're going to pulse. 10, 9, 8, stick with it. 7, we're almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg down. Whew. Feet hip width, hands onto the thighs, and we're going to curl, rounding the spine, curling up to standing, slow, calm, and we release as we come to a fully standing position. Guess what? We're going to do it again. Everything on the other side. Feet hip width, toes open, sinking down as if you're going into that Schussen skiing. Clasp your hands, elbows to the insides of your thighs. Push with your elbows to the inner knees. And resist inner knees going towards the elbows. Hips are lower than the heart. Breathing. Holding. Bring your determination out. Be determined to stay. 3, 2, 1. Rise to standing. Woo! This time grab your left foot. Kick it up. Grab with both hands if possible. Push the knee back, getting the stretch of that thigh. And we hold. Set your gaze. And again, keeping determination in the gaze. Releasing, change legs. Lifting, grabbing the foot, push the knee behind you. And we hold. Staying calm, but strong. There's strength in tranquility. There's strength and power in being calm. Lower the leg. Woo. Hands to hips. This time you step your left leg back, and we are back into that open position. Toes turn slightly outwards so the heels point in. And let's go into that sinking squat. Hips move back, belly in, chest lifted. This time, arms over the head, palms together. Stay here. Focus your gaze at one point. Breathing in and out of the nose. Remember, we get a stretch after this. So hold on to it. You can do it. Another 3. Knees open wide towards the baby toes. 2. Woo. 1. Rise up. Hands to hips. Toes parallel. Folding. Oh, let's lean back a little bit to release the hip flexors. And folding forward. Hands can come down either onto your block or onto the floor. You could open your legs a little bit if you want. And just fold your chest downwards. And we hold. Here we go. Bend your left knee. You can walk your hands over towards the left. Bring your feet in if you've gone wider. So your hips go back. It's in a half squat, and there's a super stretch on the inner thigh here. Hands stay on the floor for the moment. Sink the hips back. Feel that thigh working. 2. 1. Turn the left foot. Turn the right foot so you get into a lunge position. Hands on the front thigh, lifting up. The back knee stays, it keeps a micro bend in the knee. Sink down low so you've got the half squat in your left thigh. Raise your arms, clasp the hands, elbows together. We twist to our left, towards that left leg that bends. Turn, feel the waist working. Holding here. Keep that left knee bending towards the baby toe. Keep it strong. 3. 2. 1. Unwinding. Hands come to the earth. Push off your right foot and raise that right leg. Pulse it up. Let's go. 10. 9. 8. Doing great. Keep going. 7. 6. 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot down, feet hip width, bend the knees, hands to thighs, roll up to stand. Hands to your hips. Good job, everyone. Right knee bends. Bring it out to the side. You're either at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh, tree pose. It's almost a relaxation now in tree pose. Lift your eyes, lift the ribs, staying calm, breathing deeply. Hands to hips. Good. Lower the foot. And we change. Left knee bends. Bring it out to the side. Ankle, a little higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Good. Raise the arms. Lift the chest. Staying calm and focused. Wonderful. Hands to hips. Bring the foot down. We're going to move to the floor. Feet at hip width, hands at heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Fold it, elbows to knees, and you step back to your plank position. Hold your plank. Raise your right leg if you feel like it. Bring it out to the right. Back and down, left leg if you feel like it. Out to the left. Back and down, right again. Keep it strong. To the right. Back and down, left leg. Up. To the left. One more time because we do things in threes. Let's go, right leg. almost there. Now the left. Ay, ay, ay. Bring the knees down now. Lower the chest. And we relax. Hands under the forehead. Move your hips from side to side to let go. Whew. Lift up your head, lift your shoulders a little bit, pressing into the floor with the hands. Open your feet as wide or a little bit wider than your hips, and lift both legs. Here we're working a bit on the hamstrings, quite a bit on the glutes and the low back. We're going to bring the feet together to touch and apart 10 times. 10, 9, 8, toes are pointed. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, here's the last one. Lower everything down, move your hips from side to side to relax. Lift your head, bend your knees. If you'd like, you can reach around, touch the heels. You could also clasp your hands together here. Push the heels into the hands to lift the thighs, lift the chest. And here we go, we hold. Deep breathing, focusing your gaze on one point. One more deep breath in. And let's move back down. Hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Step your knees forward. You can come to sitting on your heels or up onto your knees for a quick shoulder stretch. Right arm up over the head, touching the upper back. Left arm turning and reaching to reach to the right hand. If you touch the hands, that's great. Close your eyes and hold. If you're not touching the hands, just reach for them. That's where the stretch is. And everyone can now close their eyes. Deep breathing. This also helps to calm the nervous system. Opening your eyes, release the fingertips. Fingertips on the floor, roll your shoulders. And we'll do the left arm. Up and over. Right arm, we turn it and reach. Get into your perfect position. Once you're there, close your eyes. Deep breaths. Opening your eyes, release. Fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders. Good. Let's swing our legs around, coming to a seated position. Check that your feet are perfectly hip width. Grab behind your thighs and roll down onto your back. Now, keeping the feet hip width, walk your legs away from you, heels into the floor. Hamstring bridge. This one's super strong, very good for the legs and the knees. But you must have, just double check that your feet are aligned and the knees are aligned. Avoid squeezing the knees in or opening them up too much to the sides. Arms by your sides, lift your hips. To check, touch the backs of your legs. They should be firing those hamstrings. If this is just way too easy, you want to work harder, raise your right leg up, bring it back down, raise your left leg up, bring it back down. You don't have to raise the legs, you could stay here. But if you're raising, do the right again, then the left. One more time, keeping those legs aligned, right, whoo, and left. All right, everyone lower the hips down. Get a quick stretch of the hamstrings, lifting the knees to the shoulders. Grab around the ankles or behind the thighs and stretch your legs a little bit. Keep the hips on the floor. Good. Rebend the knees. Set the feet hip width, knees hip width. Elbows into the floor. We're going to work the perineum. Lift your hips halfway up. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your knees tight and pull the perineum up. So it's the base, it's your groin, contracting those muscles and pulling them up to the belly button. Breathe in, open the knees. Breathe out, contract inwards and upwards. Breathe in, open the knees. And again, breathing out, pull in and up. Breathing in, open. 3 more times. 2. Here's the last one. Bring your hips down, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Hands to your belly. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And this will be our position for the next bridge position, which is frog bridge. Soles of the feet press together, knees stay wide, contract the glutes, and lift the hips up off the floor. Here we go, we're pressing to the sky. 8, 7, squeeze tight, 6, 5, 4, belly flattens out, 3, 2, that's good, 1, lower the hips, lift the knees, reset your feet, hip width, knees hip width. Take your full yogic pose. Elbows down, open the chest, lift the hips up to a full yogic bridge and hold here. Stay with it. Good. One more deep breath in. Good. Raise your arms over your head. Lower the back, 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Lowering down. Good. Once the back is all the way on the floor, open your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees fall to your right. Reach your arms far behind you, getting that stretch down into the left thigh. Deep breaths. Nice twist through the belly as well. 1 knee at a time, lift the knees and allow the knees to fall to the left. Reach your right arm far behind you. Deep breaths. Good. 1 knee at a time, lifts. Excellent. Walk your feet in. Raise your right knee to the chest. And stretch your left leg onto the floor. Flex both feet. And stretch your right leg to the sky. Go as far as possible with the right leg. Grabbing behind either the thigh, calf, ankle, or maybe the bottom of the foot. Hold and breathe. At your next breath in, lengthen your spine and lift your head, chest, and shoulders. See if you can get your nose to your knee. Hold and release. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. The knees go towards the shoulders. Grab around the legs and pull it in. Please never go into any pain here. You should feel the stretch, especially in the right hip and glute, but never pain in the knee. Let's release. Keep the right ankle crossed over the left thigh. Let your knees fall to your left for a beautiful spinal twist. Right arm out to the side, look to your right hand. Right shoulder stays down. Get deep into the belly and back in this twist. Raise your right arm, roll to your left hand side. Left arm underneath the head. Grab a hold of the right ankle and push the right knee behind you for a really good quadriceps stretch. Holding and breathing. Feel that your body and your nervous system just start to calm themselves down. These stretches are necessary after the muscular work. Let's roll onto our backs now. But it also helps to prepare us for the relaxation exercise. Stretch your right leg on the floor. Both feet flex and stretch your left leg to the sky. Grab behind either the thigh, calf, ankle, or the bottom of the foot and pull the leg towards you. So getting ready for the relaxation exercise can be important because then you benefit. Your nervous system benefits 100% for the relaxation. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, lift your head, chest, shoulders, nose touches the knee perhaps. And lower down. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Grab around the legs and pull the knees towards the chest. Really feel that stretch into the hip, the outer leg. Deep breathing. Good. Keep the legs crossed. Right foot on the floor. Let the left knee go towards the right. Left arm out to the side for a beautiful spinal twist. Getting into the core, the waist, the low back. It's also helping to stretch the pectorals and the neck. Excellent. Raise your left arm. Roll all the way to your right hand side. Grab a hold of the left ankle and push the knee behind you. Hip goes forward and we hold. Bring the left knee towards the shoulder and roll back onto your back. Lifting both knees now to the chest. Rock from side to side. Coming back to center. Lift your head, nose between the knees. Lower the head softly to the earth. Stretching one leg at a time onto your mat. Set your hands onto your belly. And feel your upper belly rising and falling with your breath. And as you feel that part of your body rising and falling, imagine you have a little bright sun right at that spot, just above the belly button. And it's burning with the strong yellow fire. And imagine the rays of that sun stretching out towards your lower body, down towards the hips, down into the legs, knees, lower legs. down into the ankles and the feet. And everything it touches begins to relax. And the rays stretch upwards towards the upper body, the rib cage, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back, down the arms, into the elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. Everything relaxes. The rays move towards the back of the body, your back, your glutes, the backs of the legs, back of the neck, even all the way down to the backs of the heels and the back of the head. Then towards the front of the body, the belly and the chest, the fronts of the hips, tops of the legs, tops of the knees, ankles, tops of the feet, front of the throat. And it softens the whole face. Everything relaxes. And feel as if that sun that you have right at the upper belly, that shining sun, begins to heat up and warm your whole body. Now begin breathing more deeply and slowly. Keeping that warmth, that heat, and that relaxed sensation. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Move your hands and your arms. Raise your arms up over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. That's good. Then lift your knees up to your chest and squeeze the knees against the chest, rocking a bit from side to side. Right arm to the right ear, roll to your right hand side. Lift yourself up from the side, coming to a seated position. Good. Rub your hands together. Raise the heat in the hands. Bring your hands over your face, softly touching the skin, tapping softly around the eyes. Shake out. And we're going to do a little exercise for the front of the neck. Now, this is super interesting. It's a little stretch. I want you to take your fingers and just above the collarbone, you're going to pull the skin downwards. And you'll turn your head in the opposite direction to which you're pulling. And you'll feel there's a gigantic stretch going here all the way under the jaw, all the way down to the collarbone. And there are a few different muscles being stretched here, but it's so good for you. Another deep breath in. It helps to relax the jaw and open up all of these muscles. Change sides, grab a hold of the skin, pull it down towards the collarbone, and turn your chin up diagonally away from the collarbone. You feel that stretch, and it should happen from behind the ear all the way down the jaw towards the chin. And then we come back. Hands come to your heart center. Good job. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Good job.